when you come to a Zeus set, it's predominantly 90% Black.
Wow.
90% Black, behind the scenes and in front. Prior to launching Zeus, it was the complete opposite. We would be on the set of Mary Mary, and it was 90% white folks.
Wow.
Producing,
Yeah.
filming, shooting, camera operators, ACs, audio operators, and so for me, that did something to me. That was like, it just didn't, I get it. It just didn't, I wasn't happy with that. I wasn't happy, and it didn't make me, it made me feel like I had a responsibility to do something about it. And for me, even on these film sets, it's like predominantly white, and that's what people are used to.
Yeah.
They're used to that. We rented out. I'm not gonna lie, we had a premiere for Baddies yesterday. It was pretty loud and crazy. But it was the guy who owned the theater was a white guy. I joked about it. He hadn't seen that many Black people ever at his theater. It was nothing but Black folks there.
Right.
And even though it was a little rowdy and crazy, it was good to see us, there supporting their, and to celebrate a night. But yeah, for me, that's what wealth means to me, is to be able to invest in our community, our culture, our people, empower them. Our deals are like, and that was like the main thing for me. I had a production company, full service production company, and I was selling shows to NBCU networks, Viacom networks, the BETs, the VH1s, the MTVs, the Oxygens, the Bravos. I had pilot series, all sorts of things. And it was nothing but white people. And I looked at our contracts, because I had to negotiate these deals, and it just didn't feel fair. It didn't feel fair that, our talent was making X. Even when we did The Preachers, I was like, man, I know what the network is paying us to produce the show, and I know what they're generating when it comes to generating revenue, from all the cable and satellite providers and advertisers, and the money that they make. Hundreds of millions of dollars a year in revenue, and you're looking at these talent deals, and they're bringing all this value to the network, and it just didn't feel right. And I wanted to structure our deals complete opposite.
Right.
And so that's been our secret sauce with Zeus, is like, look, we're going to give you a completely different type of deal than what you would get at a VH1 or an MTV or an Oxygen. We're going to empower you. We're going to educate you on the process. We're going to, allow you to be you. We want you to feel comfortable around, the folks behind the scenes, so for us, look, they've been calling us like kind of the Second Chance Network, because we've been working with all sorts of people,
right.
And we're not judgmental. So, we don't, I'm not saying we don't do background checks or psych evals, and maybe we can, do a little bit more and of that. But, sometimes it's just, for me, it just feels good to see our people working, making good money, staying employed. And that was the other thing. Like, most of the folks who are at Zeus, because we're kind of a hybrid of a production company and a network. And that's what makes us different. Most networks hire a bunch of third-party production companies to produce their shows. And like I said, a lot of those production companies are white-owned. And so for us, keeping our folks consistently employed was like the best thing I can do. And making sure that they're making money. So the wealth that I'm getting, I'm literally pouring back to our people.
No, that's amazing.
And investing in, like I said, folks. Even our talent, they praise us on how much money they make. Like, they're like, I've been in Hollywood I've never made this much money. Natalie Nunn, the Jocelyn's, our content partners, they're getting real credits, executive producer credits. They're heavily involved in the creative and the business of the projects. Not, you're just the talent, here's a fee, and work with this crew, which is how it works. And so, for me, the wealthier I get, I want to see other people wealthy and rich. And so that's what it means. Sorry for the long-winded
No. That was worth the price of admission. No, because people need to hear that. And so many people who are successful are selfish.
Yeah.
But to take the hood mantra, I want to see everybody eat.
Right.
In a legal way.
Right. And that's it.
It means altogether something different. One writer said the internet has done something for Hollywood that we have never seen before, and I want to know your response to it. This is the very first time in show business history you can become a star without having talent.
Yeah, that's true. That's deep.
Yeah.
That is. I mean, that's true. I mean, you can. I mean, look, is the number speaks for itself. I mean, when you're getting millions of views, and people are, you know, constantly engaged in your social media. I mean, look, talent. Yes, I think talent is important, but if there's a demand to want to see this person who's not as talented as that person,
Right.
you're going to probably invest in that person.
Yeah.
And the internet has allowed for everybody to have a platform, to showcase what it is that they want to do or what they do or what talents they have or abilities. So yeah, I mean, look, we're in a time where everything's about convenience, choice, and control. People want access to content at their convenience, their choice, and at their control. And there's so many different devices that people have, and that is just the times we're living in. So I think that yes, you can be famous off of not having a talent because of the internet 150%. And I'm not gonna lie, I mean, look, there's been folks that have worked with Zeus that people don't feel have talents, that have
Amass numbers.
have numbers and
Yeah.
making more money, and they're doing their thing because people just love their personalities. People fall in love with personalities more so these days than talent.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like unscripted and just reality. People, when you can show your personality and people feel like they can relate to you and they enjoy watching you and they feel entertained and you give them a sense of peace and happiness in their day, they're gonna keep watching. So I think it's more personality driven nowadays than it's about the numbers versus just somebody having a talent or
Right.
be able to say. And technology has changed everything. Music artists, you don't even got to be able to sing. I can sing now in the studio. I sound like Karen Clark in the studio.
Yeah.
I'm the best gospel
Oh, yeah.
secular artist. No,
Welcome to the world of
right,
AI.
Nah,
We
but
can get it done.
get it done, man. So yeah, I think
A
internet.
lot of times in church, they talk about being delivered from drugs, delivered from alcohol, delivered from pornography. I've never in my life seen an altar call for people who need to be delivered from other people's opinion.
Yeah, that's real.
I want to know, starting from the preachers of LA, Detroit, Atlanta, now baddies, how did you find the inner fortitude to silence the noise of what other people think?
It's a great question. You have to. You kind of have to. I've been, there is. I mean, if you get wrapped up in people's opinion of you, you just time is everything, right? We're in this time prison, and so for me, it's like I wake up every day and like, all right, I got so much time in the day to do X, Y, and Z, and so for me, it's like I have a huge responsibility. I have a fiduciary responsibility to my team, my staff. I can't wake up and worry about what others think of me. So I have to block off the noise. It's something that you have to do, you know, because if you don't, you consume so much time worrying. I mean, your energy changes. Look, I've experienced it before, but I realized that's just not who I am. When I've gotten to that place where it's been a lot of noise happening on social media, and people are talking, I'm just like, and it's like 5 hours that went by. I'm looking at these comments and so much time. Just like I can't sit around and worry about these random people who I don't know what they think about me and what they think about Zeus or our shows and this, that, and the other. I can't. And I like people are gonna judge. People, I mean, look, like I said, people their opinions are just their opinions. You can't sit around and worry about other people's opinions. You got to focus on you. And I love you know who I listen to a lot, Joel Osteen. He's amazing. He has
Yeah.
several messages that he talks about blocking off the noise and not hearing other people's opinions. And you know, that stuff is helpful because it's true. You can't, even you. I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't. I know you probably got it.
Oh,
you know,
listen,
you get it every day.
I got on Dr. Dre beats right now. You can't even see them.